In today's video, I announce the winners of the giveaway and I explain how you should reverse diet. What is it good for? What's going on, guys? This is Paul Ravella from ProPhysique.com. It is Thursday, almost noontime, and let's get today's video started. I want to start by announcing the winners of the 4 $100 gift certificates that I'm going to give away. Thank you for all the comments. Thank you for all the crush-its. And I'm very excited for you guys to get some quality supplements. I do have a favor to ask. If you've won, please tag me on Instagram, tag me on Facebook, tag me somewhere just so I can see the joy on your faces when you get these awesome supplements. So what I did was today I put up the random comment generator website on the link for the page, and I went through. So what I'm gonna do is probably just post up this video so you can see what I got. There was a couple comments that didn't say crush it, so let's go through the winners. Let's see here. My name came up. I can't be a winner. All right, here we go. Ashlyn Wan, you are the first winner. Second winner, Fat Boy Fitness Journey Vlogs. Great name. Third winner, Ruby Jessica Fitness. And finally, Christian Cusco. Thank you guys. I really appreciate you entering. It gets me excited to be giving away some great supplements. I also will be sending you an email with instructions on how to use the gift certificate. And don't forget, if you use my code PaulR20 at CoreNutritionals.com with their gift certificate, you're gonna get another 20% off as well, making it even better. For those that didn't win, thank you for taking the time to put a comment in the section. And remember, you can always get 20% off the price at CoreNutritionals.com with my code PaulR20. So for today's video, I got a comment in the topic of refeeds. And it kind of spurred something onto me because I know reverse dieting is kind of a trendy thing right now. And it gets some flack. Some people think it's a terrible idea. Some people think it's, God's gift. But here's the truth. Reverse dieting has to be specific to what your goals are. So it's a philosophy. It's not like a one-size-fits-all thing. So what I want to talk about today is some specifics for you, how to apply a reverse feed to exactly what you're going through. So there's 2 general scenarios where I use reverse dieting. One is after a competition diet, right? So you've been dieting for a long period of time, you've been in caloric deficit, and here we are with a very slowly adapted metabolism, very low body fat, but a lot of hunger. And this is because, as I've talked about before, the hormonal changes that happen in your body over a long contest prep diet. You are primed for very quick body fat storage. You are also in a terrible place as far as energy goes, as far as strength goes, as far as overall well-being and health goes. So what should we do about that? Well, let's talk about that scenario. Let's talk about contest prep being over. What is your next step? I hear a lot of people say, well, you should use the recovery diet by 3D Muscle Journey, immediately post-contest, jumping up a little bit of body fat and then start tracking. And I'm all for that. Actually, I promote that. Actually, I do that myself. The difference is, who is that specific to? If you're not going to be competing for another year, another 2 years, and you just want to get back to a good, healthy place and be hormonally balanced and feel like a functioning member of society, and you're not worried about being able to see your obliques or striated glutes or veins all over your body, that's perfect. But that's not always the situation. So what I'm going to talk about here is not the recovery diet. You can go look up the recovery diet from my friends at 3D Muscle Journey. They are awesome. What I want to talk about is how to reverse diet slowly, and specifically what I would do. So for you, coming out of a show, and let's say you have another show coming up in a few months and you can't afford to put on body fat, or you have a photo shoot coming up, or hell, you're a crazy person, you've gotten really lean and you want to stay there. How do I do it? I typically like to add 30 to 70 calories per week. That's a big range, but let me explain why. if someone weighs 100 pounds and someone weighs 200 pounds, there's going to be a variance in the range. So specifically with those calories, what do I do? Well, let's say it's going to be 30 calories. We might add something like 5 grams of carbs, which is going to be about 25 calories, and a gram of fat, which is going to be like 34 calories total. Something like that, 5 and 1. That sounds impossible, right? It's very difficult to do. But again, we're not trying to be exact with our reverse. We're trying to just gradually walk those calories up. Now, if we're going to be closer to the 50 to 70 range, that's when we can get into the adding like 10 or 12 grams of carbs, 15 grams of carbs, or 10 grams of carbs and 2-3 grams of fat. Sometimes 5 grams of fat, 2-3 grams of carbs, whatever it is. For me and my client, we work that detail out in our process, but since I'm just giving you guys general advice, but I want to be a little more specific, I want to give you examples. So for example, 10 grams of carbs and 2 grams of fat. That might be something I do. Along with that, I might suggest we taper cardio. Depending on where your cardio is at, depending on where your fitness level's at, we might just start walking down your cardio. If you're doing 6 days of cardio, we might remove a complete day, or we might keep 6 days and take 5 minutes off each session. We might take an interval out if you're doing high intensity interval cardio. It just depends, but that's what I would do. I would kind of combine adding a little bit of calories with reducing a little bit of cardio. Now let's say your weight goes up the next week a pound. What do we do? Can we keep adding if the weight goes up? If you're really concerned, well, what we want to do is assess if that's actually going on as body fat or if you're noticing some extra muscle fullness. Another thing we can do is maybe 1 week keep the calories the same, but just reduce the cardio a little bit. And likewise, keep the cardio the same, but just add some calories. Or we can just update every 2, 3, 4 days, not be so concerned about the weight every day, and continue to add calories despite the scale going up slightly. Now, if the scale goes down, I suggest we add a little bit quicker. Again, we want to make sure the scale has gone down for the right reasons, not for water loss or for some other difference, for some other reason, but we want to focus on, okay, did the scale go down because improved performance, because improved metabolic rate? So we can get into a phase here with like metabolic building where you add calories in and your body increases its fat loss at a quicker rate than you were actually adding the calories in. It's a nice place to be. It doesn't always happen. Typically, I find it more with people that get competition lean, see that. So that's for those of you who have done a competition and want to stay lean after. I'm not suggesting this is the only way to do it. As I've said, if you're going to be getting into off-season mode and you want to quickly put on some muscle and get back to hormonal happiness, let's do something more closely associated with the recovery diet. So what's the other situation where reverse dieting is used? The other situation I see is someone comes to me and they're 20, 30, 40 pounds overweight, but they also have a very adapted metabolism, meaning that they've gone through diet cycles. They've gone to 800, 500 calorie diets, 1,000 calorie diets, hours of cardio, and they've gotten weight off, but they've also put it back on quickly and then jumped into another diet, then put weight on, then jumped into another diet. What ends up happening is you store body fat quickly, so you have some extra body fat, but your metabolism is not adapting upwards, not improving because you keep doing caloric deficits, adding cardio to get down. So now we're 30, 40, 50 pounds overweight, whatever it may be, and we need to reverse diet. But we also do not want to see the scale go up because we're already far from where we want to be. So that's another situation where I would use the reverse diet where we actually control calories closely because our goal here is to see the scale be stable. Right? We want to keep training, we want to keep cardio, but we want to slowly add calories. This can be very scary for a lot of people because the idea that you want to lose weight, but you need to eat more, it's hard for some people. But trust me, this is best. We're not talking about fixing something in 6 weeks, 12 weeks, 6 months. This might take a year or two. I've had the benefit of working with some fantastic clients. I have some testimonials. I have people that can actually share their journeys with other people and show that, yes, if you do this work, there is a strong likelihood that you're going to see a benefit from it. So I have buy-in. I have the benefit of having this behind me so I can show you real life stories of where a reverse diet has helped the person, again, get to a body composition where they're able to maintain a leaner body fat and enjoy life again. Those are the two scenarios. Now, for the person that is overweight and has the adaptive metabolism, I take a very similar approach. 30, 50, maybe 100 calories per week, depending on how much cardio they're doing. I might actually introduce more cardio, but high intensity cardio, because high intensity cardio, in my opinion, has some metabolic benefits. So if you can take a person, increase their training a little bit, increase their output a little bit with some high intensity cardio, and increase their calories, we can get an improvement in body composition as we're building up the calories. A lot of times I find that people are under eating for their activity levels, and as we add calories, they might naturally just start to see an improvement in body composition because they're getting what they need to improve. Their performance is improving, and their lean body mass is improving. So these are some of the things that we can see. I'm a big fan of, adding calories based on your goals. So for you who need to add calories slowly, let's try 10 grams of carbs. See how it goes for the next days. Let's try 10 grams of carbs and 2 grams of fat. See how it goes. Let's try 15 grams of carbs and 2 grams of fat. Let's try 5 grams of fat and 5 grams of carbs. I know these numbers seem minuscule and you're like, how do I add this? How do I manage these little specific numbers? Again, don't focus on being exact every day. What we're shooting for is being very consistent over a long period of time. And if you meal plan and you're very precise, it's kind of easy to add something like that. You can add simply a rice cake or add more volume of food that you already eat. Add a little bit bigger meals. But the important thing is that we're just seeing the trend improve over time. All right, guys, this is Paul from ProPhysique.com. Congratulations to the winners. We're gonna get those sent out to you as soon as I get your emails. Have an awesome Thursday. I'm going to see Jerry Seinfeld tonight. He's in Tampa. I'm very excited. We're gonna have a dinner date, me and my wife, go out, see some Jerry Seinfeld, laugh, have a good time, and hope you guys have an awesome Thursday, and let's finish off the rest of the week and kick this weekend's ass. All right, guys, have a good day.